Warm greetings from Jaya School of Architecture. I welcome you all for the DECODE series session 5. Today, we have a very interesting topic, concept to construction using BIM. And we have architect Mohammed Zayn, who's here to take us through the session. First, I would like to invite our mentor, dynamic architect Vijay Krishna sir. Welcome, sir. I request you to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you. Good evening, one and all present. I think it's a second session of Mohammed Zayn. See, I think we've been talking about digital architecture and the space it has occupied in traditional architectural design and construction. I think we cannot say no to it. And now that we need to get evolved and we need to get accustomed to the new technology which is emerging now. And the previous session of Zayn, architect Zayn, I think concept to presentation, I think it was a mind-boggling section, and I think whoever participated would have noticed the development and the needs of today's technology has brought in. So now we are moving on to the concept to construction, and I would like to welcome architect Zayn to give us this memorable presentation to take it further. Over to you, Zayn.
We welcome you for the session, Zayn.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Yeah, I thank you. Hi, thanks first, Vijay Krishna sir. Thank you so much, and I thank Professor Kavita ma'am for giving me another opportunity for presenting this concept to construction. So, without further ado, I would like to start the presentation. I'll share my screen. Yeah. So I welcome everyone for concept to presentation using BIM, which is Building Information Modeling. So we have a lot of softwares when we compare, when we use BIM. So first, going into the software, let's understand what is BIM and why it is useful in this industry, and why it is useful, and it is demanding so much. What are the reasons behind that? So let's get into that, why it is, and it is becoming a dominant player these days, like BIM. Everyone are talking about BIM. What is BIM and all? So BIM is nothing. It's not a software, separate software. We have softwares for those. It's like we have Revit software, we have ArchiCAD software. We have different types of softwares which use BIM. So when we say BIM, Building Information Modeling, it says. It clearly mentions that it says building information. So it has all the information of the building. So I will be explaining you as it goes. We have different disciplines when it comes to a bigger project. I can say bigger project, also a smaller project. Smaller projects has less number of square feet. I mean, less number of disciplines, I can say, the services, and also different, less number of coordination required. But when I mean to say smaller projects, which are which are smaller, more than some 10,000 square feet, or less than that, or something, 1,000,000 square feet or less than that, which has a smaller, depends on the projects also, which has a smaller square feet, and also it has a very less number of services and the coordination which we need to do and all. So keeping those in mind, I would like to have some kind of an agenda for that. Let's understand what is BIM, and also we will see how a concept is there, how we saw in the previous session, from concept to presentation. Similarly, we'll see in this session from concept to construction. How can we evolve in Revit? That also we'll look into that. And how can we kickstart a project in Revit? Some basic information I'll give you on Revit also, how we can use those projects to kickstart those things in Revit. And also we will understand the level of details, which we call it as LODs. We'll have LOD 100, 150, 200, 250. Those are stages in the LODs. We will also understand the LODs, how the LODs are being used in the BIM industry. And we'll understand, also I'll be presenting you one of the project which I did in Florida. That is a international project which I did it from over here, from here in India. I was coordinating with the US architects. So the project was done in Florida. I'll also show you the complete documentation using Revit BIM software, how we evolve the construction documentation till the construction phase. I will also show you that presentation. And also we will understand how Dynamo is being used. So Dynamo is used for scripting and everything. We'll also understand in that. So yeah. So now coming to the main Revit software, like what is BIM? Use of Revit environmental in 3D to create a photo, like I can say, like from concept, like we have a concept in mind, and that will take it to, we can make conceptual sheets also in Revit, and also we'll have, and not only that, as I was saying, like as these days bigger projects are becoming very demanding, corporate projects. When I say corporate projects, like corporate clients are there, they are requesting for a lot of documentation which is required. Like say after a few years, like say after 50 years or 60 years also, the architect might be submitting some documents which are required. That should be documented properly, and even the client should have a model, so that let's say in the future he wants to renovate something, or else he wants to do something, functions he want to change. So he wants to see that all the disciplines like the HVAC, right, the PHE, or whatever the disciplines are there, he wants to understand even after the 50 years how that he can able to adapt that. So that kind of a interaction we can do with the help of BIM. So that is where we are talking about BIM. So even after 50 years, when the BIM model is ready and we use it for LOD 500, which we can use it for construction, so that when the model is ready, so that can be used even after 50 years, we can use that model, and then we can analyze the function, and then we can use to recreate the function according to the disciplines which are being aligned. So that's where the BIM is very useful. And also we have a lot of like time management and everything as it goes on. I'll be showing it to you. So it increases the communication. As I was explaining, like we have MEP, mechanical, which is HVAC, we have electrical, we have plumbing, we have structural, right? All these, and we have master plan services, which goes under, we have landscape, we have architecture, we have interior, like all these disciplines need to get aligned. We have a design part, we have an engineering part. All these need to collide. So that kind of a thing, we cannot do it with the AutoCAD, which we used to have earlier. We cannot stuck into 2D itself, which not only risk, like in the site, we used to find the issues and then we'll solve it. That's how it used to happen. But now when BIM came into like the 3D modeling, and also this BIM, when it came into the Revit and as well as ArchiCAD, it was very helpful to understand how the clashes are happening at site in the model itself. Like that's the importance of the software. Integrates multidiscipline managements. We can use clearly different types of management, like project management. Also, we have a separate team to which manage the entire project. So including the cost, the time, the risk, all the factors are being analyzed very clearly. So that also will be done with the help of this BIM. Creates multi-platform drafting systems. Like I will show you like how much detailing we can draft with the help of Revit. Accurate model from existing structures, green in economy, and 2D and 3D experience, where we are not restricted only in 2D. Like we can also, like if you would draw a wall, like simple, if I can say, it gives you a 3D experience also when it comes to Revit. Quality drafting experiences. So now, as I said, like these are some of the things when you understand like what is Revit. And then as I say, conceptual design, detailed designing, analyzing, I mean to say, as I said, all the services are being analyzed. See, we architects get compromised. I mean, talking about the bigger projects, like say of 20 million or 50 million square feet of projects, we compromise on the design due to some services. But when it comes to BIM, we can analyze different types of patterns. And even like when it comes to sustainability, also we have lots of plugins where we can use the heat radiation, the UV, the U value of the glass. All these things can be analyzed, and we can use the HVAC, the load which we are giving to the those things can be analyzed in the Revit model itself. So that's where it comes to all the information is given in model. One model is really important. As I also mentioned, documentation. Documentation is really important because clients these days are asking each and every document which is required for their building, which is going to be constructed, as if the corporate projects are using BIM a lot, because corporate clients expect each and everything to be documented, because it matters huge. Different type of people, everyone are being involved, different types of disciplines are being involved. That's why it comes. And fabrication, like say you're doing a truss, or like say you're doing some different of a steel structure. From there we can easily execute, make a shop drawing here itself. We can make that level of drawing and we can release it to the site for the fabrication or to the industry wherever it is getting fabricated. So that kind of a detail we can do. And also like 4D, 5D, we have till 7D. I will explain you what are from 2D, from 3D. I will explain till 7D, time management, everything. I'll explain you what are those. So now coming to BIM. So Autodesk Revit. So because I believe Revit is more highly used. So I would like to talk about Revit. Revit is a modeling software for architects, landscape architects, structural engineer, mechanical engineer, electrical. We have Revit architecture, Revit civil, MEP. So these types of disciplines are there where everything will collide. I'll show you those models like how we are doing. We have plumbing, MEP engineers, designers, and contractors. So all these things, Revit is going to become on one platform where we have a centralized one model, like where we can use design, build, and operate. So we don't only design, we also build and we also operate with the help of this BIM, which is the building information modeling. So now it's a process of supported by various tools, technologies, and contracts evolving the generation of management of digital representation of physical and functional characters of the place. Like if I can say, like as you see over here in the screen, we have different types of like the structures, right? The MEPs, the PHEs, all these things collaborate for a better insight. So that's where it comes, like we can always see the collaborations and we can detect the future issues now itself with the help of the BIM. So not only that, we can also make cost. Like as you see over here, we can get all the schedulings. Like say you have one floor plan, you have different types of schedules of joinery details, we can say. So all those joinery details with the help of cost will be really clearly done. And then not only that, lighting, like lighting matters a lot when it comes to a building. See, we do different types of lighting exercises, which comes the lux level calculations, which you do for the master planning for the entire building, what we do over there. So that comes very important role when it comes to a building. As I said, multiple disciplines comes, not only the engineering part, the aesthetic, the look and feel, and the color ambience, the color temperature, all those things need to be taken place and need to be given a proper understanding. Like even the client will be very happy to see these things, even understand like, okay, this is what he is going to get the color temperature of the working office. So that also gives a very important role for us. This BIM gives us very important. And not only that, obviously it gives a 3D experience like before the build of the project. So that is also very important when it comes to that. And building information modelings or computer files offer not but a prominent format and contains like a proper data which can be extracted, changed, and networked to support design making regarding as design assets. So like these are some of the things what you see over here in the screen. It improves the greater prediction, like we can analyze the cost. So if I can just go back, if I like, it optimizes the design, it improves the schedules. Like we have different types of schedulings, like we have first the concept stage, then we have design development stage, then we have tender stage, then we have GFC stage, then we have the construction stage. So that's how it's being like stage wise. We have all those things which we can easily analyze and track when are the deliverables and when can we easily align ourselves. So when we design everything in the concept and the design development stage itself, we don't design at the end of the, like say after the GFCs are being released, we don't have to sit and solve all those clashes, all the services, where do you need to do that. So in the design development, before even the tender drawings are being released, so before that itself, we can find all the solutions. And like even the sustainability aspects also comes over here, because when you talk about lead also has a point, like it needs to be pre-designed before even releasing the drawings to the site. So everything will be analyzed over here and it will be given a proper certification also according like that. So that's why BIM is very important. And now coming back to the individuals, like it is used by individuals, businesses, government agencies who plan, design, construct, operate, maintain buildings and diverse physical infrastructures such as water, right, refuse, electricity, gas, communication, utilities, roads, highways, bridges, ports, and tunnels. Like these are the things like which you can do with the help of Revit, not only architecture. Like when we say we can get railways, we can analyze. So it's like one platform for the entire construction industry. That's what we are talking about over here. So not only that, like we can also make amazing graphics, like not only the construction part, we can also make amazing graphics in the BIM with the help of Revit software. So it is going to be helpful for us to understand even the 3D visualization perspective as well. So now, like, who all can learn BIM? It is a very useful, like, it's a very important like the thing, because BIM need to be, I mean, Revit software need the students itself should start learning from the, like some third year or something, like I say. So from that time itself, if you start, and when you come to the industry, you will be expertised in this software. See, BIM, you will start learning in the construction industry itself. You can't learn during your education itself because a lot of services involved. So that's why we call us BIM. But learning Revit and getting mastered in Revit is very important as an architectural student. And also architectural engineering and construction professionals should be aware of Revit. This scenario, if I talk about India, like India is like, I can say like, BIM, why we are not using predominantly, because due to our consultants, because we have a lot of consultants, as I said, those consultants are using AutoCAD and they have not upgraded themselves with the help of, with the Revit, and they have like, they can outsource, depends on the client, because BIM we charge separately because it integrates different types of things. So that's why they are not able to upgrade with BIM. That's why India is going behind with the help of this, like I can say 10 years or something like that behind this industry, where else in German architects, which are working right now, one of the projects. So Germans use advanced technologies, they use ArchiCAD and they use Revit. So that's where it comes, like, that's the reason due to the consultants, we cannot submit the drawings in AutoCAD, and those drawings we need to draft again in Revit, and we need to make our models again. So that's why we are restricted, architects, even though we are upgraded with these softwares, we are restricted to not to use, I mean, we cannot use Revit. So that's the reason even Indian industry is going a little bit behind that thing. And freshly graduates, as I mentioned, early professionals and aspiring BIM architects. So if you see, like, BIM architects are getting a lot of importance and lot of this thing requirement these days. And why BIM? Like, let's come to why BIM. Because of its clear benefits, as I mentioned over here, 7D designing and documentation, and I'll explain you what are those. Less waste in construction, capture the most accurate presentations of the site. It's perfect in collaboration, save time and effort. So stay control at your work, simulations and everything. So also the main important part, coordinate steps by steps, as I explained, all the steps what we have in the construction phase, and create traditional plans, makes perfect presentations and everything, and the representations. So what do we, these are the things what we do over here. And these are the phases what we see over in the here when it comes to strategic definitions, preparation of the brief, concept design, design development, technical design, construction, handover, and also in use. When we use the building, that also is very important. So those are the 7 Ds. Also, I will be explaining you. So these are the different types of stages when it comes to the BIM what we use. So what happens is it almost cut down the cost. So that's why the corporate clients are very much giving us to asking the BIM to use in the industry, like more like not like the old school, like how we used to do. So these are some of the REBA stages, like explaining like what is 3D. So 3D, where you can see like data and the geometry, what we do. 4D, incorporates the time, and the 5D incorporates the capacity and everything, like capex basically. And then 6D, incorporates the performance of the building, and 7D incorporates the cost and even the time management, what it comes through. Like these are some of the concept designs what you see, like different, like it also, we have some plugins, like we can form the building, and it gives you the different, what is the best building, what is the best form, and what is the best different types of materials used. So the software it gives us a very clarity of using, like, okay, this is what you can use in the building, and it cut down the HVAC load, basically load of the building, and it saves the energy. This much energy is being used. If you propose some kind of a shade over here, so that energy is being used, so that consumes a lot. Like that's why like BIM is very used, and it gives us the more importance to increase the flow of the project basically. So these are some of the documentations, it's like it gives the entire documentation of the building and everything we can do with that. Now let's these are the 7 Ds. Let me explain very clearly. Like 3D, like we used to do 2Ds before, like we concentrate only on 2D levels, but nowadays we are concentrating on 3D levels. Why 3D levels? Not only the aesthetic view is completely a secondary part, but comes to the facility and the management. Like the facility, the building is being used, so the users are being inside. So like say if you're in an office, like the office has multiple, like the proper temperature should be there, proper ambient should be there. Though how we can use with the help of considering the aesthetic part also, how we can give a proper energy reduction with the help of 3D. So that's where it comes. So you can see 3D is being used. And then scheduling. The scheduling is very important, like the project phase-wise simulations, what we do, right? We do planning, everything. So that's why 4D comes from. 5D is nothing but estimation. Estimation is really important because at the end of the day, we have a bottle cap, the cost, which we need to do. A cap is there. So we need to manage everything with the help of that. So that's where estimation it comes, the quantity, like we have multiple disciplines, HVAC, MEP, all those costings we can cut, take from the scheduling part, what we have in BIM, basically Revit, and then sustainability, which is an important part, like energy, as I said, and also whatever the projects we do, we have different types of lead ratings, platinum and everything, that how we can achieve with the help of that also we can do. And facility and management, like after the construction, how we can use the building, how we can maintain the building, like all those things we can use with the help of this when you make a BIM model. So like, let me just show you one of the building which I did. Like this is, let me just, one second. So, yeah. So this is one of the project which I did in Florida, as I mentioned. This is a Hyatt house. It is basically 10 million square feet of project, and it has a lot of services, a lot of multidisciplinary, I can say multiple disciplines of each and every services involved, because as it is a Hyatt house, it consists different types of statutory requirements over there where they have in Florida. And not only that, like it completes, it's a completely ADA building, like American Disability Act, like it has different types of standards. We need to go through different types of standards when it comes to ADA, because we need to understand like how the disabled people can entirely use the building. So all those things, considering all those parts, and also Florida, considering the temperature, the climatic conditions, all those things, we made this. We had a team, so we proposed this. So now I'm not talking more about design and the functions over here. Let me talk how BIM was really helpful for us. How we made the documentation, the phase and everything very clearly. So like how we documented this project is, as you see over here, we have all the sheet in this. We have given the entire sheet, all the documents, what all we have, each and every detail we submitted with the drawing numbers, with the sheet names, with the titles, with the revisions, like all the things has been recorded in this. So that kind of a documentation we have submitted to the client, so that he can go and simply click on that each and every document number, and it will give you. So I can simply click on that and it will open the document, relevant document, and I can see the detail. So that kind of a detail I'm talking about. So this is why it's very, very helpful, this kind of a sheet index. So we submitted this, all the drawing list to them, and then giving them the site analysis data also we can do with the help of Revit. Like it gives you the project information, where is the project proposed, right? What is the site information, how much area it is, what you see over here, like what are the different function does it have. So it's like nothing but a small DBR, I can say, like architectural DBR, which you call design brief. So that is being, a report is given over here just to understand like, okay, these are the basic functions are there. So that documentation also we have given. And then occupancy load, when it comes to that, we have also considered how each floor, what are the occupants, how many people are going to there, because it's obviously tied back to the number of fixtures for the toilets, it needs to be given over there. So that kind of occupant load also is given. And not only that, not only considering the architecture part, and also it considers to the structural part also, and also the HVAC, what we are going to design for. So that also considering all those things, we have done the entire occupancy. And then we have the calculations which we need to do, the area calculations. So those types of documentations also we have submitted to them, as you see over here. And these are nothing but the abbreviations which we submitted to them, like having all those abbreviations, what all it mentions in the sheet. And then having all those standards, like ADA standards, which we need to follow. Those ADA standards also have been like just explained to them. So this is the master plan, what you see over here. This is the entire building. We have a beautiful landscape surrounded with a swimming pool and the kitchen, like outdoor deck area, the parking, the entire drop-off zones over here, what you see. And this is the portico, what you see over here. And this is the site extent. So now what happens is, like when it comes to BIM, so this was an existing building. So like there was a building earlier at this place. So we have to convert that building. So we didn't do this building into an entire design and build. So it was an entire like renovation project. We had an entire like a building form, but we added some structures accordingly. So we added some spaces according to the design development, like how it was. So what was the advantage is like whatever the architect or the whoever did that, they had a BIM model of this. So they had designed this building with the help of BIM. So that information we can use it. What we helped is like it made us to help like where are the structures, where are the existing services are going. We could understand each and everything, and then we could propose their proposal. Like we did a new proposal accordingly. So not affecting much on the existing services, considering all the cost, which I said, considering all the cost and everything, we could propose a really good design for them. So that also like one of the thing which was really helpful for us. So this is the like one ground floor plan which you see over here. So now what we can see over here is, so these are the legends, what you see. So this is like explaining where all we have fire partitions, how many rated or what rate, like we need to give different types of ratings for the partitions and all, right? So what you see over here, like 1 hour fire partition ratings, because it's obviously related to your the ratings which we need to achieve according to the statutory requirement. That's really much important to consider. And then what you see over here is different types of hatches explaining what all the assembly area, the pools, basically the architectural drawing is being written out. So this is completely done in Revit. So not only that, let me just give you a hint over here. Like what happens is Revit is the advantage of Revit is I can get an entire area, and also these families, like these families are very important. So these families are being taken from the vendor. So the vendor has the different types of families. Like in India, yeah, few vendors are having each and every family. The light fixture clay, they will have Revit family. All those families which we put, it comes with the load, it comes with the calculation and everything. We can give the entire load and the calculation to this, like it gives to the building. So that will be calculated with the help of that. So that kind of an capacity and the load capacity we can calculate for. So this is just explaining the ground floor plan, what you see over here. And then it comes to the next level. We have different types of what you see over here, the like the spaces what we are given, each and every shower area, what you see over here, and the units are given over here. So it has different types of units. It's a basically a hotel, a resident. I mean, it's a hotel which we had given. It has different types of according to the requirement of the client, we managed to fit it into the existing building. So this part over here, what you see is we had a new proposed part. This is the part what we had over here existing. So we managed all the services, keeping those thing in the mind. And yeah, let me just scroll down to the services part as well. So yeah, this is the occupants load, like what all. So this sheet what we made according to the corridor. So why we did all these things is like it is helpful for the execution, the construction phase. Like corridor, how much weight it is, what is the number of like what rooms. It's like each and every schedule is being made like according to the number of floors. Okay, like what all the people, how many number of people, what is the room area, everything is being given over here. It explains very clearly like each and every occupant load for the building. And then what happens is different types of partitions were being used in our building. So what you see over here, it is like different types of walls. So it has different details also. This much amount of detail we have given it to the, we don't use normal types of brick and the cladding over there. We use completely different. It was a completely new for me also to learn over there. So it was a different types of construction used for exterior bearing wall, what you see over here. So these are the details. This amount of detail we had given it to the site, like applying the moisture barriers, like right, the insulations which we need to do. All these things like we can make very clearly with the help of BIM. It has different types of, I mean when I say BIM Revit, it has different types of walls and everything what we can use with the help of that. So accordingly we can use these things. So we don't even require shop drawings. Obviously we can make that amount of detail with the help of Revit is what the readability of the construction drawings which we can make. So these are some of the interior partitions which you say, which explains the 2-hour rated fire partition, because fire according to matching the fire requirements, like the corridor bearing walls. So you can see the different types of walls we can able to achieve. So we made a different, like multiple sheets for the types of wall itself, like that much amount of detail we gave for the project. So and the client was also expecting that much, because US standards are completely different. We had to make it to that. And what you see over here is the brazing details, what we do. Like these are non-rated walls, so those details also we can able to make with the help of the Revit software. And these are some different wall details, what you see over here, like multiple details, like lot of details are there. I'm just running through. Yeah, so this is the general layout, general floor plan layout, what we see over here. Now, like what we see over here, these are the section lines. These are called callouts. Okay, so when I double click on this, it will automatically open the section. So it will automatically give me the section, and I can understand what all the different levels does this section line has. Even though we have marked all the levels, explaining what all level does it has and everything, it also give you a section perspective also, like what all the levels does it the building have and everything. So that also it helps. Revit is giving a very advantage, which we call it as callouts. Those callouts we can mark and we can explain it to the client, and also it will be helpful for the construction documents when we submit this PDF. So like all this construction documents we submit in their soft copy, we have something called BIM 360. It's a cloud-based software. We upload stage-wise, revision-wise, all the documents in cloud, and that will be revised. So let's say I have revised here. Let's say I have done some revision over here. I've changed the wall position, everything. Automatically, that BIM, the BIM 360 will cloud over that area, and it indicates the site or something like that during the construction phase I'm talking about. Example, it gives them the revision cloud automatically. I don't have to revise it, and who has revised it with the name, all those things will be shown at the construction phase itself. So that kind of a project management also BIM gives. So yeah. So then these are some of the floor plans what we have, and then as it goes. So let me just run through as it is exceeding the time. Yeah, so these are the area calculations what we did, the different types of area calculations and everything, because it matters the cost, like coming to the cost, and also like ceiling layouts, what types of ceiling, like how the false ceiling is going to come, like how the false flooring is going to come, like the raised flooring and everything. Those things also we can able to produce with the help of this details with the help of that. And materials we do, because materials matters a lot. So we can specify each and every material. We can simply roughly give her the cost, and every BOQ detail we have to just put the line items completely, and also tie back to the 3D model also over there. So I have some videos. So if I have time, I will also show you those, like how we did that entire linking of the materials, like BOQs and everything. So these are some of the public schedules and the public spaces for the materials. So different types of public, like we segregated public space, private space, different interaction spaces. Accordingly, material scheme was being selected. So accordingly, we have given that. And each and every room schedule we had given. What type of door does it have? So that amount of detail was expected from the client. So we used this software where we didn't find a very difficulty. We didn't find a difficulty because AutoCAD gives you, okay, go there, you find the joinery schedule. We have to make a sheet. We have to draft everything. Or if we can link Excel also, we have an option of making BOQs in AutoCAD, but that is very outdated. But here it is very updated. It gives you all the materials, details, everything is being synced. So that amount of detail is very important for us, of that to these days, to handle a bigger client projects and everything. So these are all the rooms. Let me just, I have so much information over here. This is something, but like different types of pattern details, what we have in the flooring, that is also we can do, like how we can able. So this has been given to the site, and it's been executed just like that. And yeah, so these are different types of like multiple floors what we have. And then what you see over here is like where all we have the shades, and also like where all we have the lobbies, like that we have highlighted over here in the plan, like where all we have the shutters, like rolling shutters, and all those things also we have considered over there, because for the services. And then what you see over here is the reflected ceiling plan, the construction plans. So like if I say, if I take one unit, so this is the portico. If I take one unit, so you see the number of details has been given for one unit, like sections, like how the steel structure is being done, how the metal coping is being used. So with the help of some knowledge from the vendors, so the vendor is being connected, like we shortlist some vendors, we took the information from the vendors. So all these vendors are US based. Like we took all the information from them, and then we made this types of a drawing which we released at the site, which was really helpful for them to construct. So you see the level of detail which we are given, like giving them the like what detail, like giving the exploded views. You see, like this is the exploded view, giving like how they can fix the cladding on the top. All those things were really helpful. And not only that, giving them the material schedule, like what all materials. I think there is some clash over here. So, but giving them the understanding of materiality also, like, okay, this is the color scheme which you are going to have, and these are the textures which you are going to get and everything. And this is again the same detail. Like we have different details, and this is one like the swimming pool detail what we did. So you see the slope, and you see the like level of detail, like how we can use like what different what all detail we need to, like even the fixtures, even the light fixtures, that amount of detail we can give in Revit is what we can expect. So you can see here over here. So everything comes with the 3D. You can make the 3D model, and then you can detail out in the layout space. Yeah. So this is again one entire elevation of the swimming pool, what you see over here. And this is a blown up details. So I'm just running through as it goes. So yeah. Now I'll just quickly explain one of the even the 3D views, ISO views, how we can explain with the help of ISO views to the client, and even to the execution purpose, like how we did. So these are all the execution GFC drawings which is submitted in the construction phase, like as it went out. You can also find some revision clouds in that, like which we are still working on. So yeah, one second. All like those are all like different each and every guest room detail, toilet details, all the same details we have each and everything. So we made an entire 3D model in depth detail. So all those details have been taken out and been given the construction documents accordingly. So it's nothing but like the same. So even you see the window details we have given with the help of explaining in the 3D, like what type of like the flashing mesh which we can use, like planning the like the jam lines and everything, like all those things we can use with the help of this. And also like window, what are the sizes, everything it comes with the family what we make, and that families we can use, and we can make these types of construction data. These are very basic things. And this is one of the elevation which the entire project elevation. So all the sections, like you see multiple sections are there, multiple details are there. So if I click on each and every detail, it will give it will get back to the detail. So that image, you see, it gives me the number of page, like where can I go. So if I go to that page, I will get the section, and all the details and the levels will be there, and even the level. So we can mark the levels. So what are the different types of projection do we have, and everything will be given. And it is appealing also to see, and we can understand the materials, the types of opening. So this is one section of the entire building. See, like we have detailed out the entire building, showing the like multiple levels. What are the levels does it have, each and every level, what is the clear, where can we run the services. See, I as an architecture studio, we had only like architectural model to show, but I have a video which I'll show you, like how we collaborated with the help of MEP and everything. So these are some of the different elevations and the sections as I can run through. And these are nothing but the chord sections, how we can fix the facade elements and everything. Yeah, let me just scroll down. And yeah, so these are the detail openings and the fabrications what we apply for, and also like different types of the wall textures, how we can use the facade elements, right? How we can fix with the help of 3D view, like you can see the mullions, how it's running through. All those things we can add the help of this BIM software. I mean the Revit. So it's completely done in Revit, purely done in Revit, like this type of detail. So it gives a complete, you see the level of detail, it gives a complete clarity of not even like not, they can't even mislead, like it's completely documented. So that's how even the clients are going through and still in the construction stage. Yeah. So this is about like also this see even interiors we can make the bars, and also you can see like the railing details, like interior surface mounted interior sills, like everything we can give that amount of details in the help of Revit, like even the scoop number of details. Like obviously we can get the information from the vendors, but obviously we also need to concentrate on how we can able to fix and everything. So that amount of detail we can do with the help of Revit. And these are some of the rendered views which we did. And now coming back to the presentation, we'll see also basics from the Revit. Let me just go through quickly as we have a running shortage of time. So from the basics, we can start as conceptual model. Like this is one of the concept thing. We can make a basic model in Revit, and then we can start experimenting with those like day to day. And that amount of detail, what you see over here, we can release even smaller construction documents we can make with the help of not only bigger projects, also smaller projects are very helpful when we start analyzing that. So it will be very helpful for us to make a detailed level of drawing is what we are expecting. And then so this is one of the project which I did for the similar which was done in Revit. So what you see over here, it's an apartment. You see all the call outs over there. So all these details, what I explained over there. So that was really helpful. The collaboration was very helpful for me. Also, I'll show you one MEP view, which like what the structures, like what is the difference between the architecture and structure, also how it was very helpful for us. So you see over here, like all the MEP of this building is being shown over here. And also the similar image, one second. Yeah, like I'm just running through, 1 second. These are all some different, yeah. So this is the building, the similar, it is a Hayat building only. We are in the construction, like we are still in the conceptual and the design development stage. What you see in the left side is completely designed by architects. What you see in the right side is completely designed by the engineers, having what you see all in the magenta, the new elements which are going to add, and what you see in the like the orange and the yellow one are the structural coordination model. Like what you see in the blue are all the plumbing and the services and the ducts which are going to run for the HVAC. So that level of detail we can do, like, and we can fit into the model and we can collab and we can see if a beam is running through, or if even if a tree is running in a master plan, we can obviously a service, a fire or some FS line will be running. So that line we can also coordinate and we can move accordingly, and we can find the clashes before even going to the construction stage, which implicates the time and the management and the cost which we can do. So that level of detail is what is being made with the help of BIM. Yeah, so let me conclude like what all the benefits, like why you win and everything with the BIM. So as an architect, it is an important software, and like all construction documents can be generated with the help of BIM. As I explained, the multiple disciplines what we have. The management is very happy to see the returns of the investments. Like I'm just talking like how the client and also the project managements were very glad to see the amount of detail which we did. The revisions were very faster. Like these are the reviews which I'm talking, and the management was very easier to control the time and stress. The stress was reduced because we architects work a lot, and even we can consider on the creativity part, not only solving the clashes and everything, right? So that also is really helpful. Like place to work. So this is the place to work, like gives us the true value of the engineering which we need to understand. Also we can understand from the engineering point of perspective as also, and the coordination strategies for the structural model. We consider like different types of options we can look into. Okay, and BIM strategies for text management, all annotations can be made, as I explained, like different types of annotations can be made. So this is the area that we can make different types of schedulings and everything. So with the help of Dynamo also, we can make the different types of functions, parametric functions we can make. We have different types of scriptings also for Dynamo. So those scripts we can use for that, and we can put and implement in the structural modeling for parametric structures, or different types of like fluidic structures you can make with the help of Revit. So it's not Revit, we can make only rigid forms. We can also make parametric structures also. So that is one thing. And BIM strategies are two kinds of units. Like we can also show like we both were developed in the same model, so that we can imagine the groups and the families. As I explained, like we can make families. We have different types of families are nothing but if even a table is a family, so that family we can use and we can put into the model, and that energy and that amount of energy which is being used for that, it can be calculated also. So that's how it's very important to understand the BIM when it comes to the thing. I mean, Revit, how it is very helpful when it comes to BIM industry. So now, as I said, parametric modeling. So parametric modeling is not like parametric structures is what we think. Parametric modeling is each and every families, because that's where Revit is very famous for and it's evolved for. Each and every family are built into the software, and some accessible through libraries and other scratch. A family can be created. You can create a family, and that family we can use for detailing it out, like how I showed you the mullion details, the fixture details, the facade details, all those things. So that amount of element is being used for the help of that. Automation, obviously, as how I showed you, the collaboration is very useful with the help of Revit. The coordination is very helpful in the use of Revit when we master in Revit. And scheduling, the management, all those things which I did. The energy analysis, obviously the rendering presentation is a different part. The construction documentation, as you see, the amount of documentation which you prepared with the help of BIM, and the drawing sheet setups which we can make, and the cloud-based access which you can do, which I explained with the help of AutoCAD. I mean, Autodesk 360, BIM 360 software, entire software. Even we can take a photo of that and we can make a 3D model of the photo, and it's been uploaded in the cloud, so that we can understand what all clashes are happening in the slide and we can resolve it then and there. So that type of a cloud-based access is being given with the help of BIM. So what are the benefits which you do, like what are the advantages when you do? So improves on-site collaboration. So like as I mentioned, on-site collaboration, as I explained, like photo you can take and you can get a 3D of that, and then you can analyze where all the things. Model-based cost estimations, visualize projects before the pre-construction, like not only the architecture, all the different types of services we can visualize, better for coordination and clash detection, migrate risk and reduce cost, improved scheduling and sequencing, improves productivity, the time is being considered, and prefabrication, better for safety and constructions on sites, overall execute builds and better, streamline facility management and strengthen building handovers. So these are the things which we can able to do with the help of Revit. So that's the one important thing about Revit. So I strongly recommend like all the architects should start from the starting itself the Revit model, because you can't have like say in the stage of design development, you can't start a project in Revit from the basic, from the concept itself. When you start detailing it out in the Revit model, you can get a really good detail, and the coordination is what my experience is what is feeling for like. So that's about the Revit thing. So I really thank you for being very much patient. I guess it's been more than 30 minutes is given. So yeah, thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Zayn.
Yeah.
Very informative and interesting session. Basically, it's very technical, and I feel you have explained it to the core. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I request Dean ma'am to share a few words and also deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Architect Kavita. Our heartfelt thanks to Mohammed Zayn. He has given us his time beyond his very, very busy schedule with his company. I know you had another appointment today, but your commitment to closing this data to all the students is truly appreciated. And I can see that you had tried to share all your learning as much as you could with your juniors. So thank you so very much, Zayn. I know how much of meaning and how much of heartfelt teaching was there in this session. I know BIM has come to stay, and we have to start adopting this into our system. Architects have a lot more to learn each day, and BIM is going to take priority. Thank you very much, Zayn.